Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Jamie. You look pretty. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Flying by, especially since Monday was a holiday. Wanted to do something a little different today for you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, weird. I can't hear anything. Oh,
Yeah.
my phone's off. Okay, thanks. Got it. Okay, perfect. So I completely pivoted for today, and this morning Adam got up early like he normally does and went to the gym and like did his 4 a.m. thing, and I was still snoozing. And then at 6:15, when I got up to go on my walk, he said, "I just had the best journal." And I said, "Already?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "What did you do?" Wait, first, look, I just realized I'm sitting in the dark. Hold on. Okay. And I said, what did you do this morning? And he said, "I brought back out the Wheel of Life." And I was like, "Oh man, I forgot. I haven't used that since like probably the end of last year." And he said, "Yeah, I brought back out the Wheel of Life." So anyway, I'm going to let him share about the Wheel of Life. And I'm going to screen share, Adam, when you're ready, the actual assessment worksheet, and then we'll post it in the Facebook group too.
I think you might have also said something like, what did you say? A little smart alecky. I can't remember what you said, but you're like, "Oh, aren't you an overachiever?" I think that's what you might have said. Yeah, I think Heather, I think that's pretty much what she said. Okay, hey, thanks for having me. Welcome everybody. So
Thanks
here's
for
the
being
fun
here. We
part
love a guest.
yes, there's the fun part of this. Ooh, I want to know where Amy is. Is that new construction?
She's probably
no.
at our flip.
Oh, they look. I saw some drywall patching going on there. That's kind of fun. Here we are, basically in the start of the fourth quarter, right? And in my mind, from our coaching world standpoint, I think I saw Troy on here. We talk about this all the time in the I Love Coaching Company. Is momentum, 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 right? We got to keep this momentum going that we have, because here's what we know: October comes around, and that's Dana's favorite time to put those little candies, those little candy corns around the house. Oh, they're so good. I worked so hard not to eat them. Then we've got Thanksgiving happening, and then we've got Christmas happening. So if you really look at your calendar, you've got probably less than 10 weeks left of the year, right? So how do we keep that momentum going, and where do you feel you might have a little bit of a bump in your wheel of life, as we like to call it? So Dana, will you show us the wheel of life, please?
Aren't we sick that the first thing when we wake up together, this is the stuff that we talk about? We're sick in the head, I think.
All right, so but I'm going to give this, let's see here. Okay, yeah, this is a great assessment right here. So this is not what I did and do. However, I'll bring out my journal. So I just want to share with everybody real quick. So the Wheel of Life is, let me see if I can share. Can I share mine?
Sure.
Okay, well, I need permission.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna make this super simple. You can follow Dana's assessment, which is fantastic. And you can also just have it super simple. So the Wheel of Life looks something like this. You've got friends and family, significant other or romance. You've got fun and recreation, health, money, personal growth, physical environment, and then career, right? And I have on mine tribe or relationships. And so as I was exercising today, I was thinking, wow, how do I keep momentum going into the fourth quarter and into the first quarter as we continue to grow the I Love Coaching Company? And here's a good hack while you're exercising. And Ed Milet taught me this a long time ago. Whenever you're at that breaking point where you're like, gosh, I'm just done. I'm just pooped, or I can't do another rep or whatever. I can't go another mile. He says, start thinking about your goals, right? From a mindset standpoint, start thinking about your goals when you're at that breaking point of wherever you are in the exercise space, and you can actually go a little bit further. And I do that pretty consistently, and it pulled me back to this today. So as I pulled out my journal to journal this morning, I thought I want to go ahead and rate myself and all of my wheels of life, and to see where I need to put more time, energy, and effort and focus. And so I did. I went through this. This is in my head. And so I literally just went through and I started rating myself. And here, I'll tell you what I'll be happy to share.
Okay, so
And
hold on a
so-
minute. Hold on, let's
Uh-huh.
back up. So each of these, some of them are kind of self-explanatory: family and friends,
Mhm.
significant other, romance, fun and recreation,
Mhm.
health, money, personal growth.
Mhm.
What would you describe personal growth as?
That's a great question. So personal growth, in my opinion, is, we all been to bold, and your business grows to the extent that you do.
Maybe not. We have a lot of non-KW people.
Okay, great. So we also have a class, there's a class called Bold, and there's a bunch of what are called Bold laws. And they say that your business grows to the extent that you do. I don't remember what client I was having a conversation with yesterday, but I asked them, it was Amy in Canada. I asked her, what is she doing to grow herself in the last fourth quarter? And she said she didn't really have anything. And so I invited her to the Maxwell event that we're going to in November. And personal growth, gang, is, again, that's your space, right? That's your space. That's the Adam space. That's the Dana space. It's the Heather space. It's your space. And how do you want to grow? Where do you want to grow? What do you want it to look like? So that's that. Also, in the personal growth space, honey, I can keep talking about this all day long. I would measure your who's there. Who are you surrounding yourself with in your personal growth space? Who are the people you're hanging with? Who are the people you're inviting into your tribe? What does that look like? I would audit that, gang. I would totally audit your who's. Okay.
Okay. So then when you're talking about rating, are you saying like a 1 to 5, a 1
No,
to 10?
1 to 10. I did 1 to 10 this morning.
Okay. So 1 being you just suck, and 10 being it just couldn't get any better than what it is, right?
Yeah. Well, we call it in the tribe, we call it the opportunities, right? We call it, instead of it sucking, we call it the opportunity zone, right? So a 1 is an opportunity and a 10 is I'm a badass, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So physical and environment, that's a neat one too. I like playing in the environment space because sometimes, you might not be in the right environment and you need to audit that. And that's okay, right? Dawn just came down and hung with us for the week, and she got to get out of Columbus, Ohio, and come down to the beach and play with us. And we had a great time. So she got to audit her environment. And now she's fired up for the rest of the quarter. What else? Any other questions on this?
Anybody have any questions on this? A lot of them are pretty self-explanatory. The one thing I'll say though is I love that you reminded me of this morning, and now we're reminding everybody else about this, because it seems like it's always changing. Like I pulled out old ones just even last year, and it changes almost like throughout the year based off of what you're focused on. And you're never probably going to be a 10 on every single one of these at the same exact time. Would you agree?
Yeah, probably not. But again, I don't want to project that because I don't know whose life is doing what, right? Someone could be perfect in there. I mean, Troy Marsh is probably like a 9.8 and all these. So we'll keep going. Love Troy.
We pick on Troy on every Zoom, by the way.
I mean,
I did yesterday.
He's so lovable. He's so lovable. Instead of a shirt that says I love coaching, we need a shirt that says I love Troy. Okay, and then career. Gang, so here's the fun part of this. This is, instead of saying wheel of life, change out life and put your name. Wheel of Heather, wheel of Jamie, wheel of Shannon, and see what happens there. You have to be authentic, though. Do not step into this space and be fake. Don't be inauthentic. Be real. Who cares? There's no judgment. It's you, right?
It
doesn't
reminds
matter.
me of the Abe Lincoln quote: "It doesn't do you any good to lie to yourself."
Right. Here's the funny part, though. We do it all day long. We do it all freaking day long. All day long. And that's, it's easy to do. And so that's why I talk about the personal growth in your who's, because you can't lie to your who's. You could, but you probably get kicked out of that group really fast, right? You better have a tribe that you can surround yourself with that will call you out on any BS you have. Every Wednesday for the last 6 years at 2:00, I have who's that we hold each other massively accountable. And I mean, these guys are my who's, right? So, okay, you want to keep going? Any other questions?
Yep. Okay. So now, so we would go one by one and rate ourselves in each one at this moment in our life with how happy we are, or what?
Yeah. So for example, friends and family, I'll tell you what I put. Friends and family today, I put a 9. I put a 9 just because we're constantly on the go. We're constantly having fun. I don't think there's ever a sad moment in our family and our lives until you leave, honey. And then we all have actually a big party and then we miss you. Significant other in romance, I put a 9 there as well. Right. So that was good. The only thing I did put, I said,
I was a little nervous on that one.
wish for more consistency together. Right. And so ironically, that was manifested. And what did you say today? Why don't you drive to Kentucky tomorrow so we can go to a football game on Saturday? The jury's still out on that one. What else did I put here? Health, I put 8 out of 10. Fitness, I put 8 out of 10. Nutrition, I put 8 out of 10. Relationship.
Well, we don't see nutrition.
Health.
Oh, okay.
I kind of lumped it together. This was my wheel of life, but again, it's all there. I did put leadership in there, 8 out of 10. And then I did put something that was a little bit different. Today, I put focus on 20%. Right? I wanted to audit myself on where was I in my own 20%. And I actually put a 3. Right? I put a 3 out of 10. And let's see here. What else did I put? I also had another low one.
Will you explain kind of what that means a little bit? Why did you add that one?
Yeah, well, I guess it could have been career, right?
Okay.
Maybe that one could have been career because again, I was just thinking to myself of my day. So I'm a very structured, time blocked individual that, just to give you an example, here you go. So literally the whole day is pretty much time blocked and you can just see a few times where I get to pee. I'm sorry, go to the bathroom. Right. And that's kind of what it looks like. And so when I'm doing that, I'm looking at my world. It's like, what truly is my 20%? And as I look at our coaching company and I look at our leadership and our mentorship to our coaches and to our clients and to hundreds of people that we're impacting daily, it's like, where am I in my 20% there? So I gave myself a 3. And then so what I did is I said, okay, fine. Anything that was under a 7, I said, let's prioritize that. Right. And so I had the I Love Coaching company. I did put down that I was a 7 in the relationship space because I want to, and this is just Adam Roach being fully transparent here. I want to be deeper in my relationships with the who's in my life. Right. So I did give myself a 7 there. And then I put 3 in my focus of my top 20%. Then I went one layer deeper. Then again, this is all journaled out right here. I went one layer and deeper and said, what is the priority of those top 3? Remember, the idea in doing this is to find your momentum, to find your lane, to make that one space that you audited better. So then I said, okay, fine. My number 1 of those 3 priority, or the priority, what is the top 1? And it was the focus on my 20%. I said, okay, great. What is my 20%? And I said it was new coaching clients, new coaches, new content, and new how-tos, right? So evergreen courses. And I broke that down into even further. And I just kind of went a little bit deeper. And basically the goal was there is powerful lead generation action items should be daily to bring more people into our I Love Coaching tribe. And that was it.
Okay. So if we have ones that are less than a 7, you're saying prioritize those so that we can what? Like, how are you prioritizing the one that was the 3 and what are you doing on that one?
So, okay. So let's go back to that. So I looked at anything that was under a 7 and I then looked at it as it related to moving my wheel of Adam smoother, right? What would make my circle smoother? What areas did I have a little divot in my wheel? And it was my focus of my 20% or career, right? There was a little divot there. What are you smiling about? Here we go. Go ahead and make fun of something.
No, I'm not. I got sidetracked I was just thinking, keep going.
Okay. And so then I just went deeper, right? So I said, okay, fine. Those are the 3 things that are under 7. Which one of those, if I focused on that one more, would make my wheel more of a circle? And it was the top 20%. And then I had to define my top 20%. And then I had to go back into my time block and say, where can I put this so that I can make that wheel more round? Yeah. And that was it. Done. Journaling was finished. And then I had to walk the dog.
Okay.
That was on my block.
I would tell you what I would tell someone else. Thanks for being vulnerable and sharing today.
You're welcome.
Okay, now, but what does this have to do with mindset?
Great question.
And where was your headspace after you finished?
Fantastic, clearer, much clearer, right? Because here's the thing. Have you ever woken up before? I'll stop sharing. You ever woken up before and you're like, gosh, I'm excited to attack the day? Or have you ever woken up before and you say, I just want to lay in bed longer, right? I mean, we've all been there. And the question is, if you're at that space where you're not super excited to get out of bed, maybe you had a long night, I don't know, or maybe you're just not in your right space mentally, you got to figure out what's causing the cloudiness, right? You got to figure out what's causing the lack of excitement. You've got to figure out, and when I say the word figure out, I always like the word audit, right? You have to audit internally, mentally, what is causing that cloudiness. And if you don't, here's the challenge that I say with all the coaches. And when I was a former OP, if you are in a cloudy space and you are not in a mental space to impact others, don't come into my world today, right? Don't do it. You better go clear out your head, because gang, you're all leaders on this Zoom. You better clear it out. So how did I feel? I felt much better. I knew I had 10 coaching calls a day. I knew I had parent teacher call. I knew I had a lot of things that I had to be prepared for. And if I woke up in that cloudy space, if I didn't release, right, I call this my release book. If I didn't release and go find that clarity, probably wasn't going to show up 100% Adam Roach.
So if someone's never done that before, what advice would you give them to get started? What if they're like, this is really weird, like I've never journaled and I think releasing is bizarre?
Call me. Call me. I'll talk to you. No, it's just start. Just start.
Dawn and Shannon, the people that Adam coaches are like, don't call him, don't do it to yourself.
just no, truthfully, just start. Just find something. I don't care if it's on this, right? Just start. And if you don't like if you don't like this, here's the fun part. I've had many brain coaches in my life, and the brain coaches were shrinks, I call them. If the message you're creating is either painful or so whatever you're releasing and you don't want to keep it, get rid of it, throw it away, right? Burn it, trash it, whatever, get rid of it. But you got to get rid of it, right? We call that a release. We call it a release to create the clarity. Mm-hmm.
I do want to go back and share this one really fast. And I'm going to post this because
I do like that one.
Here's what I really like about this. It gives you like things to think about. So when you're rating your career, things that you would think about, I love my work. I feel my talents and skills are well used in my work. I enjoy my work environment and the people with whom I work. I see opportunity for growth and development in my position. I feel like I have found my right livelihood. It gives you like thought points for you to think about. Even in like health, I approach my health in a proactive and generative way rather than crisis management mode. That one always makes me laugh because all of us at some point have probably been in that crisis management. Monica, your face, I can tell you have. I have been lately too. That's why I'm getting it together, as Adam would call it. I have satisfied my level of vitality and well-being. I mean, you can kind of walk through and think, okay, out of all of those things on a 1 to 10, and then you can add them up to a bigger score. And sometimes, like if we go back to personal growth, you can see some of the things that like just this one is the last one is so simple. I regularly engage in activities and learning that grow and expand me. It blows my mind how many people don't engage in anything that grows them or expands them on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Jamie, that's a great question. Do you really think you can get to a 10 on all of them? How do you move on a 7 on the ones lacking without dropping another below 7? Great question.
Let me answer that.
Go ahead.
Here's what I would say, Jamie, is again, go to prioritizing, right? So again, if you have some 7s, if you have things that are not in a comfortable space, comfortable being, I mean, you mentally, right? Mentally, we've got this sheet right here. This is I belong to a group called Go Abundance, and we have on here, where is it? Here it is. Life Happiness Index on a scale of 1 to 10. And we have to add up all these different things, and it gives us our Life Happiness Index. So Jamie, what I would say here is anything you're a 7 on, rate all your 7s and then prioritize the one that is the most important that could have an impact on all of them, or prioritize them. Remember, there's no such thing as there's no such thing as priorities, right? Because there's only one priority at the time. Finish that priority and move on to the next one. So I would look at all these 7s and I would find the priority one and knock it out and move on to the next one. Hope that helps.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just trying to run through here and think of mine, and I'm going to redo this today. However, I think there are times in your life where you are higher
Sure.
in everything. And then there are other times when you might not, one might be falling less, and you just know that you need to prioritize that for sure.
Mhm.
And then
it all just boils down to awareness, right? It really is just awareness. It's awareness on you, right? It's a wheel of you, right? And this is just all about you. Nothing else matters.
Do you think, Adam, do you think that people should show which, like maybe asterisk or star, which ones are most important to them, or you just know that they're all important?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, yes. The answer is yes. You can do whatever you want here. It's your life. I think at the end of the day, it's which of these will move the needle forward of your life, either faster or is the priority. So for example, Dana, you know this, we talk about this all the time. As my father passed at the age of 69, I thought, well, holy cow, that's only 20 plus more years, and I could potentially be there. No way am I going to do that. So health to me is extremely important. And that's why I'm a psycho at tracking the number of times that I exercise, right? So today was day, what was today? Today was day 174, right? So every day gets tracked of the exercise. So it's whatever is important to you.
Yeah. Okay. So just as we wrap up, just for fun, let's be participatory, and will everyone type in the chat the one that they feel like that they have the lowest score in and that they need to work on the most. And that way we can put it out there and we can work on it the most. And I'm going through and I'll tell you guys mine is probably, yeah. Oh my gosh. A lot of people says health. Yeah. Health is probably mine too, to be honest. And I have been working, Adam can attest, I've been walking every day, like come hell or high water, I am walking.
Well, yeah, hell or high water. Now, you did have to check to see if it was raining yesterday, because you did wash your hair and you didn't want it to get wet. But I think you probably would have put a hat on or something, right?
Janetta understands that. Yes, 100%. When you have a lot of hair, that is a big one. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, health. That's actually, you know what? Fun and recreation. Yeah, mm-hmm. That definitely used to be one of mine. That and friends, and I have some great friends. But it was just making the time to be together. I mean, one of my favorite things that I've done this year was Heather, when we went on our girls trip, and I felt like it was undivided time with friends, and I needed that really bad, honestly, because work gets definitely so much in the way.
Hey, I want to ask a quick question here. So all that are typing health, what does health specifically mean to them? If you want to type in the chat, let's see what that means. Does that mean exercise? Does that mean food? What does health mean to all these individuals?
I think I think Jamie, both. Mine is both too. Definitely. Yeah. I did this. I started August the 1st or the 3rd. I can't remember which one it was. And did the Barb
works when it rains.
Barb, I know. I'm hoping Santa will bring me the Peloton treadmill this year.
Barb, we have 1, 2, 3, about 5 gym memberships. So she's got enough treadmills to go to any of them that she needs to. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. I will say though, I started that 21 days of prayer and fasting in August, you guys, and I gave up sugar. Okay. Not sugar like fruit or sugar in things. I gave up sweets. Yeah. Cookies, chocolate, any of that stuff. Dawn did the same thing. And it really made the biggest difference. Barb might need to be my coach. Hold me accountable over here, Barb. Thank you.
There you go. Okay, so hold on. I want to have some fun here before we jam. I love all this. Honey, I'm going to suggest you create, and those that want to be involved, or I can create it and everyone can be involved. Has anyone heard, if you have an iPhone, I don't know if it's on Android just yet, so Troy can't play with us, a SPAR. SPAR is a phenomenal challenge that everyone can play in if health is the focus. And honey, I'd be happy to facilitate that if you would like.
By facilitate, what he means is that if you sign up, there's a monetary attachment, and if you don't do it, you have to donate. And
no, here's the cool part. You don't have to donate because your card's already there and the system will take it from you.
There you go.
If anybody wants to, you can organize this, and then I'll invite everybody. Jamie said, I love that idea.
Yep, we should do it. Okay.
David says yes. Yeah, okay. Get on the treadmill to get off the chalk. You can want to do it.
Okay. This is a great idea. We should have known that we couldn't get a coach as a guest on here without making us commit to do something. So yeah, okay. So Adam, we'll set that up and we'll post it in the Facebook group and we'll do it. It's called SPAR, SPAR.
SPAR exclamation point.
Okay, we'll get it set up. There you go. And we'll add it. Heather asked, you're gonna need to participate in this too.
And we'll keep it super clean, super simple. If again, health is diet and exercise, we can simply just say, and again, it's the honor system, that we'll go for 30 minutes. And then you have to just report, right? You have to report that you actually did it. And we'll maybe set it for 15, 20 days or 30 days. Because I don't think if you're new to it, it won't let you do it past, I think, maybe 2 weeks. So I don't know. We'll see. And then we can go from there. And then all the money goes into a pot. Now watch, this is kind of fun. All the money goes into a pot, and whoever does not miss, if you will, the pot then gets distributed out to everybody equally who did not miss. Yeah, it's fun.
It knows we can't commit past 2 weeks.
That's right. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. So we'll get that set up. Thanks for being on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Hope you guys got a little coach inspo today. It was fun to look at this again though, but seriously, I would challenge you to go through those 8 things and rate yourself and just have clarity and be honest, and just knowing will get you in the right direction in a better mindset. And totally transparent. I'm just looking right now. You can't see it because it's hidden by a headshot, but health is mine and has been this whole entire year. And come August, I was like, okay, it's time to get it together. And then actually, Heather, yesterday, I don't think Abby is on here, but our Abby that works with us in the Kentucky office busted out Heather's was great. Mine was not. Headshot from 17 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, instead of like, look how young, I was like, oh, look how thin. So I have back out a picture on my desktop that's hidden of exactly where health I'm committed to get to, or close to. But oh yeah, another is health. I don't know who owner is, but health is theirs too. So, okay. Watch the group. Dawn, yes, we'll share the form. I'll post it in the closed Facebook group right now. And
we'll get that SPAR going.
Yeah, we'll post that. And then can we post the link, Adam, to that in the Facebook?
Yeah, I'll create it today. Okay. It'll be created today, and we can post it in the group, and then we'll probably start it as early as next Monday.
Okay, perfect. Joan. Okay, that was Joan. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, honey. Bye.
Bye.